Hello there. I want to share with you a little bit about these energies right now with the new moon that we just had yesterday. When there is a new moon, the earth, the sun, and the moon are aligned in a way where the sun is not reflecting off of the moon, so it is completely dark. When the moon is completely dark, it does make us feel more tired, like we want to go inward, we want to retreat, we want to take care of ourselves, and we go inward with questions and thoughts about deeper issues. And that is going into the shadow of us. And the shadow is that part of you that you aren't really aware of. It's your subconscious and your unconscious mind that's beneath your thinking mind. And your shadow is a very important part of you that you can never get rid of. We learn about our shadow so we can nurture it and integrate it into wholeness. Our shadow can be dangerous when we don't know what it is, or when we sweep things under the rug and we don't want to give attention to things in our life that require attention, and we shut it out. It becomes our shadow. It becomes the unconscious part of us. And the more we do that with something, the darker it gets, the harder it becomes for us to connect with that part, because we've essentially put it in the darkness out of the light. So during a new moon, it is a very powerful time to go inward, to sit with our shadow, to be introverted and introspective, I want to say. So I want to share with you what I have been noticing a lot in the collective lately. So you know I'm an intuitive, and I do readings for people, and I learn about the collective through the readings, and I also learn about what's going on in the collective through my life experience and observing it and observing the people around me. So when I see something like a behavioral pattern that is repeated over and over, I know that we are all experiencing it at greater levels. It is true that we are all experiencing the same types of collective shadows, and that is because we are connected and we are all evolving together as a human race. So when you have a difficulty that comes up in your life, like this one is huge that keeps coming up right now, the idea that you are not enough, the idea that you are so hungry for love that you would abandon yourself to be with someone who's going to show you less than love because you don't want to be alone. The idea that it's just too much, everything's too much, so what's the point? Then you just give up and just go about life as it is because you don't want to do the work because it feels too darn painful and difficult, and this is just the way the world is, so why even bother? Because if you bother, nobody else is paying attention, no one's going to listen to you, so you don't have a voice, and you take your own voice away because you don't think that you will be heard, because you do not feel that you are heard. And if you are feeling this way, if you feel like you are not heard, that people cannot hear you, I want to encourage you in that moment to sit with yourself. That is your wounded child, an archetype in your subconscious mind that wants your attention, that wants to be heard, that wants to be seen. And the way that you heal it is not by getting the people in your life or the world to hear you. It's by sitting with yourself and asking that wounded child how you can hear it, what you can do for it. And sometimes when you ask that question, there is no answer. It is just so healing to sit with yourself in your presence knowing that you are there showing up for yourself, knowing that the only person, and this is the truth, the only person that can satisfy that suffering inside of you is you. So you have to build a dialogue and relationship with your inner voice. Your inner voice is more than a voice. It is all of these different multifaceted layers of who you are that are teaching you about becoming whole. And as you tune into them and get curious about, ooh, who was that voice just now that told me in order to be accepted in this friend group, I'm gonna have to do some wild, crazy things to make them think I'm fun. That might be an adolescent version of you that puts you at risk in order to be accepted. But see how these thoughts and these ideas come up in our minds and we take them to be true without even questioning them, without asking what this voice represents within me that needs my attention, that wants to be nurtured. And as I learn how to nurture it, and I learn how to bring compassion and loving awareness and acceptance to these parts of me that are screaming for my attention, instead of just acting them out mindlessly, unconsciously throughout the world, creating more of a collective shadow, creating more unconscious behavior that just perpetuates suffering. That's what we do when we, oh boy, this is, I'm even having a hard time saying this because I don't want to make you feel that you are less than. You are worthy if you understand what I'm saying or not. You are worthy if you abandon your inner child or you sit with it. You are worthy if you really screw it up or you get it right and you help other people, or you just get it right and you enjoy your life. You are worthy no matter what. But what I want you to hear is this message that I am hearing a lot of: I am not enough. It's not good enough. It's never enough. We need more. If I'm not enough, then my essence, my voice, my heart doesn't matter. That is not true. That is not true. You are enough. And in that moment, when you feel that you need to do something to prove your worthiness, and if that thing that you are choosing to do to prove your worthiness abandons yourself, if it goes beyond your ethics or morals, or breaks your ethics or morals to appease the world outside of you, you are abandoning yourself. So how do we get back to this right relationship within ourselves that fosters healing and love and compassion? Sometimes we just need to hear from other people that it's okay. It's okay to have these feelings. It's okay. We all have them. It's okay for you to choose yourself. It's okay to say no to people. I highly encourage it. Maybe you just needed to hear this message because you need some encouragement, because you've been doing a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of inner work and no one is seeing it. And you just need a little bit of encouragement. So stay encouraged. Keep connecting with your inner self. You can just, throughout the day, when you start to feel anxiety, angst, pressure, resistance, exhausted, any feeling that just does not feel good, you can just sit with yourself for a minute. The world can hold for 2 minutes. You're not going to be missed. I'm sorry to tell you that. Your ego wants to think that the world will fall apart without you, but it's not true. So you're not going to be missed. Sit down for 2 minutes. Connect with your inner self. Ask what it needs. And if it doesn't answer you, just sit with it anyway, as if it were just a baby that couldn't answer you. And you know it needs to be nurtured. So sit with yourself and nurture yourself and feel love for yourself. If you do that throughout the day when you're feeling any type of unpleasant feelings, your life is going to dramatically change for the better. Your relationships will too, because you cannot have a true, loving, intimate relationship with someone else if you don't have it with yourself. You can only meet the people in your life where you have met yourself. So if you are expecting someone in your life to give you what you can't give yourself, you've already totally set yourself up to be completely disappointed. And we need to hear the truth. So sometimes when I'm going throughout my day and I don't know what to do, I feel frustrated, I just talk to myself and ask myself, what is the truth in this situation? Am I having unrealistic expectations? Did I buy into a belief that is not going to get me anywhere but disappointment and confusion? So I want to know what the truth is so I can build a stronger foundation within myself. I know I'm talking really strong right now, but it's from a place of love, because I want you to feel that self-love. I want you to experience it and understand it really isn't anyone's fault. It's not your fault that we have evolved in this way. We've evolved as a human race to this point of where we think it's not enough. But guess what is so interesting about this? When you go inward and you ask yourself these questions and you nurture your inner child, you find out that these behavioral patterns were passed down through your ancestors, from your parents, the way they treated you. You developed a behavioral pattern that you're not even aware of. And from the collective, with things like social media and this culture that's like instant gratification, now, more. It is so difficult to go against the grain and say that's not true. But I am a voice in this world saying the truth is the only thing that's going to ease this and bring peace. And the truth is going to come from inside of you. I know you can do it. I just know that if you're still watching this at the end of this video, something I'm saying is resonating with you. And this is where true empowerment comes from. This is how you develop your intuitive skills and become empowered and become so strong within yourself and your knowing that you are unshakable no matter what is going on in the world outside of you. I believe in you. I have faith in you. And you're always worthy no matter what. It's not about how good you do if you get it right. You're still worthy. You're still worthy. Just love yourself a little more. Okay. I love you. And I'm glad I was able to share that with you. Hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Oh, if you want to learn more about your inner child and developing a strong relationship with yourself, I created a healing guided meditation. So just go to my website under Courses That Empower at jessicaerie.com, and there is a short 20-minute energy healing meditation so you can connect with that inner child voice and learn how to nurture yourself into wholeness and give yourself that love that you so desperately want. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.